tournament style being different than your typical regular season, how is what you've had to do as a leader changed?
Hasn't really changed too much. As a unit, we're still focusing on just one day at a time and improving and growing. We've got a lot of new players that we have to quickly integrate into the group. So if anything, it kind of speeds up the process just having this shortened preseason and knowing that we don't have a full season to develop. So just making sure we're all on the same page and trying to quickly get everyone together and improving.
For you as a keeper during quarantine, you split some of your time. You were mostly back home in Cincinnati than from here, but that solo training environment, what did you do? What was different than how you might spend the last season training?
I was coming back from Australia when the quarantine happened, so I stayed at my parents' house in Cincinnati, where I was really fortunate to be able to train with my younger brother, who's also a professional goalkeeper. So it was great to have a training buddy and someone to hold me accountable. I got resourceful using our basement gym equipment. So it was nice to still have somewhat of a training environment. So I felt like I was able to continue improving and be ready now that we're playing again.
And last but not least, Olympics get moved. Obviously, you had an amazing season last year. You're on the radar. Do you feel like you have something personal to prove? Team goals are always first, but do you feel like you have something personal to prove out yourself?
I wouldn't say I have like a personal, vendetta or that I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder or anything, but definitely goes in my favor that the Olympics are pushed back a year. It opens the window, I think, a bit for me. So that's definitely a goal of mine, and I hope that the team doing well this season and me doing well this season will open a door there to get on the Olympic team.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Going into your second year as captain, how is it different this year, and how does cup play change that as well?
How is this year different than last year? Where to start? I think this is a situation that no one in the NWSL has been in before, so I think it's a great opportunity for all the veterans to just take the lessons they've learned and apply them to the situation. I think that's what experience is about, is that no two experiences are the same, but there are tidbits you can take from here and there and apply them and help show, the newer, younger players how to be a professional. And I think how to be a professional is how to deal with anything that comes your way. So definitely just taking everything one day at a time and doing our best to just prepare and focus on whatever games are ahead of us.
What is, like, if you were typically getting ready to start a season, you would have a feel of what it's supposed to feel like in preseason, but with the calendar shift, with the season being different, with everything else, what does this period feel like to you right now? How would you describe it?
I don't know if I want to describe it, or I don't know if I want my thoughts and feelings out there in the open, but I think, like you mentioned, the leadership is so important just because this is an unusual circumstance for everybody, not only with the pandemic, but also with the death of George Floyd and everything surrounding it. There's a lot of heaviness, and recognizing that and just being aware and being able to reach out to each other as teammates and make a difference in our community and our circle is very important. So I think it's important to, yes, focus on the tournament, but also focus on us as humans, because I think, the people who are balanced and able to handle the adversity will handle this tournament very well.
In terms of everything else going on, as you mentioned, has the way that you guys have talked as a team changed in the last week?
I think that our owner, Steve Baldwin, came to our session and just reiterated our stance as a club is that anyone is welcome here, and that anyone who feels that people shouldn't be welcome are not a part of this club. And I think that really brought us together to just know what our stances are and know that we're here for everybody. And that being said, we still are keeping the intensity on the field very high, but then, like I said, checking in on each other a lot, as much as we can without overdoing it. It's also hard. You're getting to know your teammates, and you need to know what works for them in terms of handling things. So it's just a learning curve for everyone. So I think everyone is being very cognizant of people around them, and just trying to be as helpful as possible.
And last thing, just back strictly on the field, you guys, in a way, I know we're disappointed that you didn't make the playoffs last year, but at the same time, had made such a jump that it surprised some people. Do you have your own internal expectations, but do you feel any weight of outside expectations that people think, like, oh, this is a good team?
Sorry, could you repeat the question? Just the last part.
Yeah. Do you feel any weight of outside expectations now that people are saying, like, hey, Spirit, they're pretty good side?
I think we definitely have people's respect just from the season that we put on last year, and I think we're ready to surpass that and, exceed that way more. We're pumped to go to this tournament. And I think that what matters to us more is, what we put in here day in and day out, is people only see us, perform, and that's very important, but we focus on every session, every second. So just using that to feel our own confidence rather than what others are maybe thinking about us. Good. Sorry, that was a little rambly.
All right, this experience is different. Told you.
I know. Jeez.
It's different for a million different reasons, but one is that you are not going to have to bounce back and forth between club and country. What's it like to be able to focus on one thing, even if it's for this short time period?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I think we're all eager to get back playing, and it is nice to kind of be settled into one team at a time and be able to put all our energy towards this tournament. Yeah, I'm just happy to be back, happy to be training. It's been a long 3 months, but obviously it was necessary given everything that's going on, but happy to be back.
What was that first day back like, to go from training for 3 months on your own to being with teammates on your own?
It was fun. I mean, I think back home, and I'm sure everyone else that was training can attest to this, it was just kind of getting like pretty monotonous, and especially with not knowing kind of the timeline of when things were going to start back up. I think it was tough to kind of train and have like a good mindset going forward when you didn't know when you'd start back up. So it was definitely really fun to be able to train in a group environment and be back with the team.
And now that you have that concrete date, does it feel close? Like, does this feel a little bit more like a regular preseason, even though it's in the middle of June and what you're preparing for is not a regular season?
No, it's funny. It feels like a college preseason because in college it's so freaking hot and humid when you're doing preseason. So it feels familiar. I feel like we're probably all used to it.
And last but not least, how is Wilma Jean's diet going?
Oh my God, not good. She's not doing well during quarantine. I mean, she's doing well because she's getting a lot of table scraps since everyone was home, but like not well because she's fat now.
That's it. That's all the questions.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Obviously, preparing for a regular season that is over a long period of time versus a compressed tournament schedule is very different. How has that changed your preparation and some of the big picture things that you're thinking about during this particular period?
Significantly. There's been significant changes. A periodization plan of 33 weeks with 24 matches, is vastly different than what we've got for 8-9 weeks and 4 minimum, 7 maximum matches with a limited period between games that really only allows for a recovery day, a maintenance day, a review day, and a prep day. So, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. It's a tournament format, so those players on our team who've played in tournaments before will understand it. Some of the younger players who've not been in tournament formats before may struggle, but our job is to get them ready and prepare them both physically, mentally, and tactically for everything that's going to take place in Utah, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
Some of the rule changes, more subs, also the fact that you have a much deeper roster this year. How do those things help you?
No more so than anybody else, and if teams like ours or squads like ours that have brought in young players for developmental purposes who may not be as ready as some other players for tournaments like this or for intense games over a short period, that sort of doesn't help because some of the players that we brought into our football club were brought in for a long-term period, and we knew that there would have to be some investment on the front end for us to get a return on the back end, similar to the 5 players we brought in the first year we were here, and now we're reaping the rewards of that. Some of these younger players, it's a big ask to get them into intense games with the limited amount of preparation that we've had, and it's a real shock to their system, just professional football. So, for some people it might be beneficial. For us, it's going to be a roll of the dice.
How have your veterans handled the leadership challenges that
like I'd expect, great pros. You know, I can't say enough about our leadership group, who, you know, I include Rosie and MDH and Paige Nielsen in that group as well. The 5 players from last year who were rookies last year in return and have been fantastic. We've had a couple of good little acquisitions here and here. You know, Hatchie looks brilliant. Kumi looks like she's ready to go. So, you know, the senior group and the more experienced group have been fantastic, and understand that this is vastly different than another previous NWSL seasons. So they're excited and ready to go. A little bit trepidation because we don't know what we're going to get. But, you know, I think that their leadership's been fantastic. All right, thanks, boys.